Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my picks and analysis for Week 10 of the 2017 NFL season. Let me get started. First game, I'm going to talk about, I want to take the Seattle Seahawks on the road to defeat the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle let one get away last week. It was a game they should have won. Washington did pull it out in the end. Looking at Seattle, I mean, they are becoming a very strong passing team, number 2 in the NFL in passing yards per game. Earl Thomas is playing well. He seems to be rejuvenated, back to his old self, it seems like. Seattle is about average on the road since 2016, 5-6-1. Arizona, the last 4 times they played Seattle, Arizona, they have not gotten a victory. 0-3-1 last 4 times against Seattle at home. Arizona seems ravaged with injuries. We'll have to see how Adrian Peterson does. If he can get like at least 100 yards, they have a chance in this game. But this is a team that has really underachieved this season. In Seattle, I mean, I believe they think they can win this division. I think they're going to take another step in doing it in this game, and I like Seattle to win this one on the road. Next game. It's going to be a good one. Buffalo at home against the New Orleans Saints. Buffalo is a flawless 4-0 at home this season. They have one of the better scoring defenses in the league. They're only giving up 18.6 points per game. Turnover difference, very good, plus 11. They have 11 defensive interceptions. New Orleans has been on a rampage. They've won 6 in a row. Right now, 3-1 on the road. They're allowing a little bit over 19 a game. I believe their defense is what is doing it for them. In the last, I think, 3 seasons prior to this, I believe New Orleans had like 3 consecutive 7-9 seasons, mediocre. Now they got a defense, and now they have a shot to get into the postseason and do some damage, perhaps. They're number 4 in total offense. In the last 3 games, they've only given up about 10 points per game. This could be very close. I wouldn't be shocked if the Saints went in there and pulled this one out. But Buffalo is a very good home team. I think just mainly on virtue of them being at home. That is why I'm picking them. I like Buffalo at home. Next game. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears at home to defeat the Green Bay Packers. I mean, you look at Chicago right now. They have played they've been respectable in recent weeks. They have not allowed a passing touchdown in the last 3 games. The defense has played very well in recent weeks. They are, 2-2 at home. Green Bay, the main thing, of course, what's against them is not having Aaron Rodgers. They lost at home last week, as many of you know, to the Detroit Lions, and they've lost 3 consecutive games, just 1-2 on the road this season. They're going to probably have to get it done on the ground if they have any shot of winning this game. I don't know if they could do it. Green Bay, since Rodgers has gone out, the offense has faltered and dissipated. They've averaged about 15 points per game in that 3-game losing streak. I don't know if they're going to score much more in this one. They probably will have to if they have a shot to beat Chicago on the road. I don't think they get it done. I like Chicago at home. Next game. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions at home to defeat the Cleveland Browns. Detroit is averaging nearly 26 points per game. Cleveland only about 15. Detroit also plus 6 in turnover differential. Cleveland, 17 interceptions. They have minus 12 in turnover differential. 1-26 in the last 27 games. Detroit, though, they have not played well at home. It gives Cleveland a little bit of hope. Detroit is just 1-3 at home this season. But the fact that they are playing the Cleveland Browns, I think that stat we could just basically discard and throw out the window. Cleveland, I joke, I think it's like they got the Gemini syndrome. They're very versatile. They find manifold ways to lose. I believe they lose this one. They'll wind up being 1-27 in the last 28, I believe, after this game. I like Detroit at home. Next game. I like the Tennessee Titans at home over the Cincinnati Bengals. Tennessee's been on a little bit of a tear. They've won 3 consecutive games. They are 3-1 at home. Safety Kevin Byard, he's leading the NFL with 6 interceptions right now. Kudos to him. Cincinnati right now, they just seem like a team in disarray and falling apart. They got no offense to speak of. They're just 1-3 on the road this season. Number 32 in total offense. They didn't manage many points last week. Team is only, I believe, 3-9 on the road since 2016. I don't know if wide receiver A.J. Green is going to be playing this game or not, or if he's going to be suspended in this game, being part of that altercation last week. Andy Dalton's really going to have to come up really, big time in this game if they have a shot to win. It just the fact that Cincinnati just can't really score at this point, that's what makes me dubious about them. I like Tennessee to win this one at home. Next game, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road to defeat the Indianapolis Colts. Pittsburgh, right now, they're starting to show the real strong mettle of a potential champion, at least AFC champion. They're 4-1 on the road this season. Wide receiver Antonio Brown, of course, what else is new, leading the NFL in receiving yards. Indianapolis right now, they have 3 wins this season. One was against the Browns, one against the 49ers, and one against the depleted Houston team last week. Number 32 in total, D. They just give up too much yardage, and Pittsburgh, I think, is going to have a field day with their offensive weaponry. I don't see how Indy can win this one. I'm going to take Pittsburgh on the road. Next game, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win at home over the New York Jets. There's a lot of things that actually would point to a Jets win. The fact is, you look at Tampa Bay, they've lost 5 straight. They are 2-2 at home, though. Those are the only 2 wins they have at home. I believe they're like 2-6 right now. They only have 8 defensive sacks, but the thing about it is, I feel there's enough talent on this team. They're going to have to get out of their funk at some point. The Jets are coming to town now. The Jets are only 1-3 on the road. They have won, I think, 8 straight against Tampa Bay. They've had Tampa Bay's number over the years. But the only road win the Jets have had this season was against Cleveland, and that was a close game. That could have gone. Jets were almost abhorrent in that game. They did not play well at all, but they still just managed. I think it was like getting the turnovers at the right time, which enabled them to win. Tampa Bay, right now, this could be their season right here. They already have 6 losses. They lose 1 more, they probably will not make the playoffs. I think this is desperation time for Tampa Bay. I think you're going to see them come out with urgency. Jameis Winston, I don't think he's playing, but I don't think it's going to make that much difference. I think their backup will do adequately enough to win the game. I like Tampa Bay at home. Next game. Well, this one I was a little ambivalent on. I've been debating over for some time. And I'm looking right now. Washington is at home against Minnesota. I'm reluctantly going to take Washington to win this one at home. They got their swagger back a little bit, I think, after going into Seattle. Still a very tough place to win. And they pulled out almost a miraculous victory in that one. Maybe that'll propel them a little bit the rest of the way. Minnesota, however, has played exceptionally well. They've won 4 consecutive games. They're really, you look at this team, they've allowed under 17 points per game. They're one of the best scoring defenses in the league. They're 2-1 on the road this season. They've been respectable on the road. Wouldn't be shocked if Minnesota goes in there and gets this done. But I think right now, Washington, they understand the situation. As far as Dallas goes, and also as the Eagles, where they are right now, and they're behind Dallas and behind the Eagles right now, they know they can't really afford to lose too many more games at this point, and they are going to be at home in this one. I think at this particular game, I do like Washington to somehow get this job done. It's not going to be an easy game. This should be a very close and competitive game. I think Washington's going to win by between 3 and 7 points, though. I'm going to take them. They've also they've won the last 2 against Minnesota at Washington. I like Washington to get this one done at home. Next game. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars to win at home over the LA Chargers. Now, Jacksonville is number 135 defensive sacks. Their defense, I mean, that front line, I mean, has been relentless. They have been one of the big surprises this season in the NFL. I give kudos to them. Number one scoring defense. I think they're giving up like 14.9 points per game. That is phenomenal. I mean, I'm just shocked at how they've played. They have the defense led by defensive end I don't know if I'm saying the name right, Calais Campbell, and they're really, I mean, they have played exceptionally well, this defense. Number 3, time of possession. I think they're going to have a lot of sustained drives. You have the LA Chargers, who have been, even despite losing a number of games, they've been competitive in a lot of them. This probably will be close as well, but I think the Chargers seem to have this propensity to find ways to lose at the end. With quarterback Phil Rivers, you always have a chance. They're also one of the worst teams in time of possession, number 31 of 32 teams. They don't seem to have too many drives that last very long. I think this all being at home for Jacksonville, it strongly favors them. I'll take the Jaguars at home. Next game, I'm going to take the LA Rams at home to defeat the Houston Texans. Right now, I mean, there's not enough superlatives to describe the Rams right now. Number 1 scoring offense. They're averaging nearly 33 points per game. They have won 3 consecutive games. Running back Todd Gurley, I expect him to play very well against the Houston run defense in this one. Houston is going to be without quarterback Deshaun Watson, of course, and Houston comes off a really, I really think almost demoralizing loss, losing to the Colts. I know they didn't have their starting QB in there, but you still lost to the Colts, and now you got to come on the road and have to play an LA Rams team that's playing with, they have their swagger, they're playing with a lot of confidence right now, playing very well. Houston is only 1-2 on the road this season. I'm going to go with the Rams to win this one at home. Next game, I'm going to reluctantly take Atlanta at home to win this one. I'm going to give them another shot. They disappointed me last week. They only have 2 defensive interceptions, but you got to figure Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, they gotta really get something going at some point. Atlanta's got to basically look at this like they're playing for their season right now. They are at home. Dallas right now 3-1 on the road. I think what's got me a little bit concerned is that status of Ezekiel Elliott. A lot of this game, of course, is predicated on whether he plays or not. I don't know if the suspension is going to be upheld, or if he's going to somehow get an extension to play another game. I am not sure of that. But Dallas does have a good, if Ezekiel Elliott plays, I mean, Dallas does have a good chance of winning. But I'm going to take Atlanta in this one, really just on a hunch more than anything else, and I'm going with the fact that the Ezekiel Elliott situation is very speculative. Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Cowboys, 5-0 in November, and the fact they're a very good road team, Dallas will make this game, I think, very close. It'll be a very good game. I'm still going to take Atlanta to get this done with their offense, and have their offense has to really break out at some point. I'm going to say maybe this game they actually do it. I like the Falcons at home. Next game, I'm going to take, in a toilet bowl game of the week, I'm going to take the New York Giants on the road over the San Francisco 49ers. It's just a simple fact that the G-men just seem like they're slightly better than the 49ers in a number of statistical categories, and they also do have 1 win too. The 49ers 0 wins. The Giants are averaging 16.1 points per game. San Francisco 15.9 points per game. And also, I mean, the run defense is worse for the 49ers than the Giants. Giants, though, I mean, they're just in disarray. They've been ravaged with injuries. Most of the games the Giants have played have been close this season. San Francisco has played in a number of competitive ones as well. But it's kind of like with the 49ers. I'm just not a believer right now that they're going to get a win until they actually get one, if you understand what I'm saying. If I see them get a win, maybe I'll have a little more confidence in picking them the following week. But I'm going to go with the G-men right now because they at least show that they can at least get 1 win, in it, which they have. A lot of people, I'm sure, are picking the 49ers to get their first win of the season. I wouldn't be shocked if it happens, but I don't think it's going to happen this game. I'm going to take the Giants on the road. Next game. I'm going to take the Patriots on the road to defeat Denver. Right now, New England, Tom Brady has just been stellar as usual. Only 2 interceptions thrown this season. Patriots are 3-2 coming off a bye week. 3-0 on the road this season. They had a great road record last season as well. I think they might actually have been 8-0 on the road. They might have been. I think they were a flawless 8-0 on the road last season. They're one of the better road teams in the NFL, not the best road team in recent time, I believe. Denver, you look at them, and they just seem to be kind of falling apart. They've lost 4 consecutive games. They got completely annihilated by Philadelphia last week, I believe it was. They're minus 12 turnover differential. They're 1-5 in their last 6. They've allowed 80 points. They allowed like 80 points over the last 2 games. They are just giving up points in bunches right now. And having New England coming to town, I don't think it's going to bode much better for them. I think they're going to give up probably at least 30 in this one to the Patriots. And I don't think Denver can score 30. So I like the Patriots to win this one on the road. Last but not least, I'm going to take the Carolina Panthers at home to defeat the Miami Dolphins. Carolina, right now, they're just allowing 17.7 points per game. Luke Kuechly, I believe he will be in the lineup. Their time of possession, #1 in the NFL. They have a lot of sustained drives. Their run defense has been superb. They've only given up about 78 yards per game. Now, Miami, on the other hand, they did not play poorly last week. Quarterback Jay Cutler threw for over 300 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. But they don't have running back Jahe anymore. Their running game is what I'm going to be concerned with, and the fact that Carolina has such a tremendous run defense, I think that's going to be really a strong difference in this game. I look at Carolina, and I think after they lost that game to the Bears, I think they found their mojo. They found a way right now, and I think they're going to continue to progress as the season goes on. And being a Monday night game, Carolina and Miami, Carolina being at home, it would be hard pressed for me to see them lose that one. I'm going to take the Panthers to win this one at home. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube NFL prediction segment for my picks and analysis for Week 10 of the 2017 NFL season. And until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.